The 2 buttons thing, it's gonna always kill me. I don't know why OBS requires that. Why have one button already make you go live and then I have to hit another button to really be live? I don't know. Anyway, the new Halo game is being announced in like, I don't know, a few minutes. And I care so much that I'm going to spend that time building some Lego Atlantis instead. So I bought this in a lot. I've already built a few, but this is like over half the sets. I've built like 4. But this dude kept his collection in great shape. And we've got the HQ here. This was a set that I never got as a kid. Me and my brother were really, really into these sets when we were younger. We got a lot of them. Although I have some here, like the HQ, that I never got when I was younger. But we've got this fella here. We had 2 of those when I was younger. This one was my first foray into the Atlantis line. It was a pretty solid start. I don't know if I have the instructions for all of them, actually. Oh, yeah, and I've got this extra bag of, like, tons of extra divers and stuff. So that's pretty cool. Let me double check. Another stream we will do in the future is I also got a ton of Exoforce. This guy had quite a few Exoforce sets. Got that. This is the main one we'll do for the stream because this is like the rarest Exoforce set. Very hard to get a hold of. That's why I bought the lot in the first place. I've already built these 2. I've already built this one. And I've already built this one. There are some smaller sets here that I have not built, and I don't see the instructions, so I will probably either not build those in this stream, or I will build them as best as I can. Mason Henry, welcome. Gooba the Man, welcome. Didn't they use AI? I heard that. It really depends on, like, what capacity did they use AI? Because AI, okay, so here's the thing. AI, as everybody talks about it, is inherently wrong. AI, as we are thinking about it, has been around for a long time. A very long time, in fact. It's really just advanced computing algorithms. We just are making it so that it can now generate visuals as much as, like, automate tasks. Now, the problem is if they chose to use some part of AI to generate the creative aspect of Halo. Because Halo has always had AI, because there have been algorithms that ran all of the NPCs and stuff. So I don't know. If they're using it for the creative, that's bad. Also, there are 2 lances in here for some reason. There were not 2 in the set originally, but hey, I'll take an extra one. His little sad face. Okay, Steve Anthony, welcome. Joshua Wrestling, welcome. Definitely have some cracks on this guy. I mean, these are... Gosh, how old are these sets now? How old? What does it say back here? 2010? Guys, I feel old. This stuff was my childhood. Butter Dude, if you wanted to find a custom alt build, where do you look? That's a very broad question. I'm not sure what you're trying to ask. Oh, this guy doesn't have any cracks. That's nice. And then... So one had the flippers, one didn't. And then we have our little Manta Man here. A lot less. I mean, no, 20... No, you were close. I mean, 5 years. So it's about 15 years old now. Yes, the key. Now, back when I was younger, you know, getting any of the keys, that was a big deal. And now I have all of them plus extras, and I feel a little bit like younger me is still in there somewhere cheering wildly because like that was some bragging rights, you know, getting all the Atlantis keys. It was like getting all the golden Ninjago weapons, you know, that sort of a deal. And we have our funny little Manta Man. He's missing a trident, but that's fine because I knew that there were some tridents missing, so I actually have some extra tridents. I forgot to bring them down, but I have some extra tridents. Oh, by the way, guys, that's the Subnautica soundtrack playing in the background. If Abandoned Ship comes on and it's too loud, please let me know. Also, can we take a moment to appreciate, like, the instructions were actually, like, really interesting. Like, the bubbles and everything. Like, this is pretty nice. And, oh, yeah. How many of you guys actually watched the Atlantis movie in 3D? So when I bought this set originally, it came with 3D goggles or these 3D glasses, and you could watch it on the Atlantis site. It was hilarious. Scratch, welcome. You think a channel with 35.6 subs will have more viewers? Well, it depends. The lives are you know, people can come in and go as they like. Also, I'm doing Lego Atlantis when a Halo game is being announced, and over half of those subscribers are Halo fans, so probably bad timing on my part. Oh my gosh. I remember as a kid, like, staring at these illustrations and advertisements back here, and it was like the coolest thing ever. My brother and I saved for like a year to get the Neptune carrier. I'm pretty sure aside from the Neptune carrier, I have the entirety of the, like, first base wave now. That's insane to think about. Okay. Let me just double check that we are in focus. Maybe lower the camera a tad. Alright, so we got all of our pieces here. We're going to steal it through the screen. Other streams too, just like 20 viewers. Blocky streams tend to get quite a few. We've had like 40 or 50. But, you know, streams are not everybody has time to jump on a stream. Also, just because you have a sub count doesn't actually mean high views, unfortunately. I've seen some channels with like 100,000 or more, and just their normal videos barely get any views. Ah, I just knocked poor Lance over. I think this took me like 40 minutes to build when I was young. Like when I first bought it. Wait, let me think. How old would I have been then? Was I 9? I think I was 9. 9-year-old me. 9-year-old me had quite a blast building this, but yeah, it was like, oh my gosh, we're using Technic parts? That's crazy. Because most of what I was used to was creator sets. I had gotten a lot of creator sets, and also some power miners and stuff. But like some of the building techniques Atlantis used was like, wow, this is next level. Field Commander, Trauma, Shadow ARF Trooper, Cal Kestis, and 187th Airborne Trooper. Nice. Wait, who'd you get that from? Oh, Republic Customs. I didn't see that. Nice. Cal is on my list. I think that one's originally a American Bricks piece, and then because American Bricks and Republic Customs do like collabs a lot. So I think Cal is a collab one. But yeah, he's on my list because realistically, am I ever getting the official Lego one? Probably not, given that he was in one set and it's a big set, so quite expensive. But yeah, the American Bricks one is very nice looking. I'm actually, just from pictures, I've been pretty impressed. Here, wait, I have it set to top chat. I want to have live chat. There we go. It's pretty much the same. I don't really know why YouTube differentiates it. Also, this dude was pretty nice in that he bagged up the stickered pieces to try and keep them more intact. This guy knew what he was about when it came to like storing Lego sets for a long time. He knew what was up. Blockies is the next Hero Factory and Bionicle. Yeah, they feel somewhat similar. And yes, Surge was one of them. He was the blue lightning guy. Personally, I was a Furno fan. That was my favorite. Wait, is it on the upper one or the lower one? On the upper one, okay. Yeah, upper one. So we attach this one here. Also, this is the first time I'd ever seen these pieces. I still don't see them that often. It's insane. Like, the parts that Lego have made over the years, and they're just not really utilized at all. It's crazy. He's gotten so many figures a while ago. Showed the prices. Half the figures are like 40. Yeah, I got Phase 2 Rex, the original one. Or I had traded it for my cousin originally years ago, and then I eventually traded it back to him. And then I found out, I was like, oh, I'd like to get Rex. And it was like, hey, actually, that's $100. And he was nice enough to sell it to me for 40, but golly, the amount of, like, price hiking. The one thing I am pleased about is that overall, Lego Atlantis hasn't really been affected by the massive price hikes for the most part. That and Power Miners, although a few of the Power Miners sets are very expensive now. Oh, I already put that piece on there. Got yours from a yard sale. Nice. But wait, is the okay? Whew, the conning tower's here. This I was building the Typhoon Turbo Sub, and this one was missing. I had to order it from Bricklink, but I'm not really complaining too much because I got a heck of a deal. I think it was like $300 for all of these sets, including the Exoforce stuff, and just the Sentai Fortress goes for like an incomplete one. It's like $500 some odd dollars. It's absurd. Absolutely bonkers. I just realized, did Lego do an illegal thing here? No, that's not illegal. Interesting. These are just, I'm still just not that familiar with how these pieces work, given that I don't even think I could name another set that actually included these parts, to be honest. And I'm usually pretty good about that sort of thing, knowing where pieces come. Like, I genuinely don't know another set just off the top of my head that included one. Alright. So let's build us some headlights. Oh yeah, this line. Lego absolutely loved using these curved vent pieces. And I loved it so much. Like, there was a while that I think I had more curved vents than the flat ones. And they're just so cool. They add just another level of depth that some of the other builds, like, that just use the flat vents, lack. Also, it looks like a little rocket ship right now. Whee! So now I am focused. I think I am. Your favorite Hero Factory is Stormer. That Stormer was also awesome. I had Stormer XL. I saved up and got him. That was an awesome figure. He was so giant. And he used the 1.0 mask, which was the really cool one. Oh, that clip is an old one. Holy moly. That must be a replacement, because that is not the original one. Just like how much Bionicles cost now because of scalpers. It depends on the Bionicle, because some of them are like, I don't know, they're like shockingly reasonable in price. But there's those handful of ones that are like, oh yeah, you want this, you're gonna have to pay a lot. What is it? Matanui, the big one. I always wanted to get him. I thought that was cool. I was like, oh, that's a cool build. I looked it up. I think he's like $500 or something if you want him like with the box. It's insane. Or the one with the cool cape. No, that's the one with the cape is Furno XL. He was the Brain Attack XL. And yeah, that was Furno that got the cape. Stormer XL had all the little drones all over his arms that could deploy. Those were parts LEGO didn't really use much after that. I'm thinking about making an Atlantis like retrospective video. I know it's been done before, but I kind of want to do it because I don't think anybody's really... I don't think anybody's talked about the fact that Atlantis is like... it's really a super violent theme if you think about it. There's this group of salvage people, right? And they're going around doing salvage jobs. But for some reason, all of their machines are pre-equipped with like ballistic weaponry. So that when the undersea guys show up, they're already just ready to deal with it. Also, I'm pretty sure the lights are missing. That's unfortunate. So we got these little clips, but I don't think I have the dishes to stick onto it. I probably have those in my extras somewhere. I'll just find that later. But yeah, they've got all these like torpedoes and stuff, and I'm just wondering, why did they already have torpedoes and rocket launchers and like the spear guns make sense, but all the ballistic weaponry is like, what? Huh? It's just funny to me. I think in my mind, it actually, thinking about that makes the theme even better. It's so funny. Atlantis set used for Aquaman stop motion. It's cool. Aquaman wholesome. Yeah, Aquaman would fit in, I guess. For a fair amount of the Atlantis sets were repurposed power miners vehicles. Oh, yeah, I did actually hear that. In fact, they went so far as to add in Dr. Brains to the crew wave 2. I unfortunately did not get that set in this lot, but yes, you can get Dr. Brains. I miss this age of LEGO because they did so many like just awesome stuff, and they were willing to do things like, oh, let's just repurpose this. We had power miners. Oh, we're being done with power miners. Cool. Let's just keep using those designs, but recolor them in red. Like, they just don't do stuff like that anymore. Also, they just don't focus on like just genuinely fun builds like this anymore. I know there's the Dreams line or whatever, but I feel like they just overdid the wackiness and they're trying too hard to be like, look, this is cool. Isn't it cool to have a van that's a turtle? I don't know. I just think that's a little weird. It's a little over the top. Look at that. That spins very nicely. This was also the first time I'd ever seen these tires, and then once I found out that you can combine them like this, that blew my little 9-10-year-old brain. I was like, oh my gosh, the two tires can become one giant tire. That's insane. Also, it doesn't... Most of these vehicles just don't make sense. Most of the Power Miners vehicles don't make sense. And they're awesome anyway. Buyers regret buying Transformers instead of blockies. It's that I'm building probably Atlantis Technologies Alien. Set I'm building costs $45 now. Well, if you want it with the box. If you get it without the box, you can get it for as low as like $10 sometimes. I got the Wreck Raider for like $5 complete a while back. Look at that. That definitely looks like it could have been a Power Miners vehicle. Just replace the bubble with a roll cage and you're good. Oh no, the thin joints. I hated the thin joints. These things broke so often. Also, I always found it funny that Lego, they didn't make any sort of claw mechanism for this. Also, I realized I need to hold these things lower. Yeah, you literally just pinch and the part flexes. So it's a bit strange. The giant chainsaw. Yes. Oh wait, it still hasn't had me build the top section yet. Okay. If I could choose anything to come back, what would it be? You'd go with Mars Mission. Oh, Mars Mission was cool. I never really had the sets, but I always saw them and I always wanted to get them. Space Police 3 was another awesome one. I'd love to see Power Miners come back, but I almost would pick Space Police because I feel like Space Police almost has more potential for like longer term. Yeah, just missing the lights. Overall, complete. You combine with Space Police for 2 campaigns in Lego Battle. I've never played Lego Battles, but that sounds honestly sick. Haha, look at that. I think Dr. Fish actually used this vehicle in the little short movie because they slapped some lights onto Lance and said, hey, you get to swim by yourself. Good luck. But Lance comes with it here. So we'll put one of the Lance figures. I had Lance. I had him multiple times, but my first copy, he cracked. Whoops. And so we called Lego customer service. We actually called. My mom called for me, and I said, "Hey, I need the torso for Lance Spears," and the lady on the other end said, "Okay." Do you know what she sent me? She sent an actual Lance, like one of those black Lance pieces. But what's great is that day, the day the package arrived, I had the Hoff Scout Trooper speeder bike, and I broke one of the Lances, and I was so sad because that was my favorite build. And that day, the package arrived with the replacement Lance. I was like, well, that's a mistake, but it's a happy mistake. Odyssey Anthony. Yeah, I figure a lot of the people that are here are probably paying attention to that. But look at that. That is a weird vehicle, and it's awesome. Look at that. ATST or ATTE? Ooh, that's hard. ATSTs are just so classic. Oh, also, it does kind of have suspension. Boing, 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 boing. But ATTEs might win just in cool factor, to be honest. Because of how many troops they can hold and how tough they are. There we go. Here's our little diver. Lance Spears. Torso and leg print. Looks great. He's got back print. I love his scared face because he's not just straight up terrified. He's just like... He looks like he has a stomach ache or something. And then we have the Manta Man. These guys are so weird. Their faces are so weird. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of Manta Men actually in the extra parts thing. You remember watching the Lego Atlantis short movie on Netflix? I'm sure there was supposed to be another wave because it ends with them at Atlantis with no way to return. Well, they did do Atlantis Wave 2, and they had their yellow suits and stuff, but they never made another short for it as far as I'm aware, which is kind of funny. Okay, that's one I don't have the instructions for. But yeah, I always did think about that. I'm like, wait a minute. You just strapped your oxygen tanks to the rocket, and now you don't know if you can come back? Like, what? ATTEs are tanks with an apartment for 10. You know, you're not wrong. Actually, I mean, Rex and Wolf and Gregor literally did use it as an apartment. So this is one of the Wave 2 sets. This is, what is it? This is called the Deep Sea Strider, I believe. And this is one of the few Wave 2 sea creature people. This guy actually has his trident. That's nice. And we have the relic for this. I had to buy the relic for the angler because the relic helmet wasn't there. But look at how big this guy's head is. It's massive. And I always thought that this face was hilarious because there's actually still eyeballs on it. Isn't that just so weird? Lego actually bothered putting eyeballs. So if you want a weird custom minifigure, this head is the way to make it. And then this part is just so detailed. Like, it's kind of insane how much detail went into just making the Shark Man. Of course, when I was a kid, I didn't appreciate that very much. It was just like, this is the bad guy. He exists in this set purely for our diver to beat him up. Blacktron. Oh, yeah. Well, Lego actually has been kind of edging back into Blacktron because there's that big Blacktron ship. This is Axel Storm. Yes, I still remember all of the names of the characters. I had this face quite a bit. His scared face is hilarious. But it's interesting because the details on the bodies, there's like more detail, but I'm going off to the side. There's more detail, but the print is like chunkier. It's very interesting. I don't really know why the print got less fine. I mean, you can see the difference there. And then around the back, like there's multiple tubes here, and then here it's just like thicker lines and much more cartoonish. So it's strange. I didn't quite understand the change in style, but the change in color was like, obviously, you know, you got to change the suits somehow, and it does look pretty cool. Halo Mega. Oh, the trailer's out. All Things Halo, welcome. Honestly, it's worth 100. I'll have to watch the trailer. Those of you who have seen it, feel free to put your thoughts down below. I don't really know why people are... oh, the gameplay is out. Interesting. Interesting. I'll have to watch it once I'm done this. You hate Lego? Bring back Halo Mega? Okay, well, I don't know. Lego doesn't deserve that much hate. Like, Lego does some good stuff. So here's the relic. But I have no power to bring back Halo Mega because I physically cannot afford to buy any more to do streams. I would 100% be streaming Halo Mega if I had Halo Mega to build, which I do not. It's just so expensive. I do need to rebuild my Pelican at some point, though. I loved it when they gave little terrain bits. The Blacktron ship. Oh, yeah. The Blacktron ship, I almost bought it because, yeah, the Blacktron ship and the normal, like, classic Space Explorer ship, both of those are some of the best price sets that I can think of in recent memory. You get a lot for your money. Oh, yes, both the gems are here. When I was a kid, getting these gems was also like a big deal. These were valuable pieces. Like if you wanted to go and trade, you wanted to swap some minifigures and say, somebody had the gold ninja, you want to trade and get the gold ninja. It helped a lot if you had some gems to trade. Look at that. The orange one, to this day, is one I don't see very often. The light blue one is more common, but I love the orange one. So good. This is a vehicle. Yeah, both my brother and I had this one. This is a vehicle it slightly has a transformation. which we will see. It's a little bit weird because it does neither. I loved this set when I was younger, but it does neither the mech or the submarine thing well. It does both somewhat, but it does neither well. Buy the ship for your Halo. OG Ninjago or new? So, okay. I loved the original Ninjago wave, and I didn't keep up with the show very much. Just bits and pieces here and there. And then I was real annoyed with Ninjago because I was like, why? Like, it's been going on for so long. I don't want it anymore. And then I just bought a newer, like, Dragon's Rising Ninjago set. I'm very impressed. Like, I actually might do a short on it or something. I wasn't planning on reviewing it. It was just for fun. But I got to do something because it's actually very impressive. You don't have much Lego? I mean, collecting it now is tougher. I like getting the old Lego, especially when I can find lots like this. But yeah, there was a lot more stickers in the set. See, with sets like this, these smaller... I think this was like a $10 set when it came out. I don't mind stickers in a $10 set. I really don't. Like, I honestly would not complain whatsoever if Lego continued doing stickers in $10 sets. Stickers galore. Please, go wild with the stickers for the $10 sets. I don't like the stickers when it's in like a $1,000 set like the Death Star. That's just a joke. Like an utter joke. The Halo game is coming to PlayStation. Oh, that means we might have a proper bullying session this Christmas depending on how quickly Halo comes to PlayStation. Hey, E2R4 Studios, welcome. Stop following Ninjago and the colorful tribes of snake men were the bad guys. Your friend has 5 totes full of Lego. Nice. Digital and fire seasons in the new show. Am I excited to see the news for Halo HCS? I'm more interested in whether or not we're gonna get more merch, but are these fake? No, these are 100% real 15-year-old Lego sets. Also multiversal. Does that mean we're gonna have a proper bullying session this Christmas? Is it coming in time? That's the real question. Is it coming in time? The Halo game is a CE. Oh, they're not bringing. So wait, that means there's no multiplayer for the PS5. No multiplayer at all? I know they're working on some other one, but like, I don't know. To be honest, I can't bring myself to care all that much about just like a CE remaster with no sign of Mega. And like, I don't know. I'm just like, okay, I didn't love CE to begin with. Maybe a remaster will be fun, but like, do I regret buying Halo Mega? No, my collection, I would not sell my collection. I absolutely love my collection. I'd buy more if I could. I just, like I keep saying, I just literally can't. Need demarcation merch? I've thought about it. I've thought about it. I just haven't figured out what would be like good merch. I don't know. Maybe that's something I need to think about. In a way, it could be good since 3 for 3 would definitely ruin the multiplayer. Maybe. Trailer gave me Halo 2 Anniversary mixed with Infinite. I don't know. I'll definitely go watch the trailer once I'm done this. But yeah, I don't know. I have a hard time trying to be excited for something that, number one, I would prefer the story to move forward. Like, sure, yay, CE and new graphics and gameplay mechanics, but like, we know the story of CE. It's not going to be new story. Like, I want them to do something with the story. Like, where's Jerome? How is Chief getting off the ring? Why is, what is that? Was it mendicant bias or offensive bias that was down under the ring? I don't know. Do merch about Lego purism? That might be a funny idea. I actually tried to do merch a while back. I was trying to do like my Spartan demarcation design. And then Redbubble said it was copyright design and I needed to take it down. Despite the fact that you can buy Halo merch, like Halo stuff on Redbubble. I don't understand. But they wouldn't let me do it. I'd still love to do it though. I just don't know how to do it yet. It does have a 4-player co-op. Interesting. Have Halo on PS5. That does mean actually like the world has changed permanently. Like there is now, what am I trying to say? Things will now never be the way that they once were. Now that the console wars are ending. So likeness with PFP. Yeah, that's the thing. Although people make merch like that and it's like their own designs all the time actually. It's not an uncommon thing. But yeah, the trick is finding a way to sell it, cuz like a lot of these other sites, they don't want to deal with that. So, I don't know. I'll probably figure it out eventually. But lately I've just been grinding as hard as I can at getting content out in a timely manner, because some of the videos that I have in members only, I meant to have come out way sooner, but my scheduling of things doesn't always come out the way that I want. Also, sometimes, you know, I'll make a video and then the window of opportunity to release it kind of passes, and then it's almost like I dread releasing it because I'm like, oh, it's gonna get like no views, so I don't know if I should bother even releasing it now. But such is the risks of doing YouTube. But yeah, I have some that I'm like, I'm pretty sure that once I release it, the video is not gonna get any views, but I need to put it out anyway because I made the video, and I have said all videos will release to the public eventually. So, bad for the channel or not, they will have to release. Also, Blockies keeps releasing stuff so fast that I can't barely keep up with that. Oh, yo, yeah, we've got the other ad. So we got a transformation feature here, which I'll do that in a second. But look at this. Isn't that sick? I never got this, but I always used to drool over how many of those pillar pieces are there. Like, it's like, oh, it's Atlantis. I can see it. Also, there's the set that has Dr. Brains from Power Miners in it. I'm pretty sure this little scooter is in here somewhere. I might be able to build that from memory. So I technically have over half of the second wave, which is not saying much because the second wave was pretty small. But here we go. So we got the transformation feature. So it's a walker, and it doesn't really walk. You can kind of... That's what I always did when I was younger, and I would, you know, play with this on the floor. But we pull... What's funny is I would do similar stuff to my clone walkers. I would like put the legs back like that and turn them into speeders. But this one has the added bonus of these parts fold up to the sides and then fold down like that. So you kind of have more of a protected spot. I actually do think that's kind of cool. Like I say, it does neither really well, but it's the idea that counts, you know, turning into this little walker. It's a pretty cool concept. I got this when I was younger. I got it for my birthday one year. What's funny is I think my aunt and my uncle got me a copy, and my grandparents got me a copy, so I had two. It's not a bad set. I actually really like it. Man, these streams are fun. Well, that's my hope, is that the streams done on this channel are either fun or useful. One of my favorite Lego themes. Star Wars, Power Miners, Mars Mission, Dino Attack, Space Police, and Bionicle. Mine were definitely Power Miners, Atlantis, Dino, the second Dino, not Dino Attack, Dino Attack came before me. Space Police was definitely up there. Creator was up there. Castle, the Castle and Kingdom stuff. Those were really up there for me. But yeah, Atlantis and Power Miners were the things that I really collected, and then Castle was the kind of secondary. Oh yeah, and there's another little poly bag here that I don't have the instructions for. I actually have another copy of that somewhere. And this is that little speeder. This is the Shadow Snapper. So this was an exclusive. I think it was Toys R Us in the US. This is one I never got. But this was like one of those legendary, like mysterious sets. Like I didn't know what this set was. Like I never saw it. Where do you buy it? And I saw it once in Toys R Us, and never again. It was along kind of with that mech, transformation mech. Sorry for bombing the chat. No, that's fine. I did realize that later. I was like, I scheduled it at the same time as the Halo reveal. Oh well. Just kind of shows how much Halo, at least in terms of like reveals and stuff, is keeping my attention these days. Although I might go and play a few rounds of Infinite after this. Who knows? We have another Lance. Another Lance Spears. Now, these are interesting tall instructions. So we have a little sea jet. Ooh, these are interesting pieces. I think those orange ones are like the rare ones. The trailers looks like they reused models from Infinite. I'm sure they probably did. Also, we have another Manta Key. The Manta Key. Okay, all of the parts for the little sea jet are mixed in with the parts of the giant underwater scorpion that wants to. This is another thing. Is like this is a freaking underwater scorpion that's trying to kill the diver. Those are not just friendly little pinches. That will straight up kill the diver. I really want to do a retrospective talking about just how brutal the Atlantis theme was, because you have these giant monsters trying to kill the divers, and the divers blowing them up with ballistic missiles. That's just hilarious to me, and I've never heard people talk about it that way. Halo Reach was your first game? Nice. That's a good one to start with. Actually, the first Halo game that I played properly was Infinite. But if I'm speaking technically, the first Halo game I technically played was Halo 5, because I had a friend who liked to set Halo 5 to Legendary and then load up the level with all the snipers, all the Promethean snipers, and then say, see how long you survive. I didn't survive very long, but I wish I could play Halo 5 some more, because I don't know, I have a soft spot for Halo 5. I don't know, I'm a backwards Halo fan. This spear gun is a little bent here. The soft plastic definitely was a bit, like, it was easy to bend them out of shape. Halo 5 is 10 years old. Man. And it's still not on PC. That's a crime. Theodore Hackman B80. Welcome. I mean, we haven't even gotten to the big one yet, so I don't think you're that late. What do I think of the Halo show? I would rather not think of the Halo show, but I think it had potential, and a lot of the costumes were really good. But man, whoever they put in charge of the writing was trash. Oh, this is literally like a a jet scooter. This almost looks like something that came from Space Police. Just checked it out. It's unfortunate how using infinite assets. See, here's the thing. They were going to lose no matter what doing a CE remake because it's never going to be the exact feeling when people played it back in 2001. So there's always going to be angry Halo fans because they're not getting their dose of nostalgia that they really, really wanted. And I don't know. I'm just like, okay. I don't know. I think the CE glazing is a little much. Yeah, this literally straight up has a rocket on the back. Yeah, it does look like... This is... You're right. This is a undersea stap. This is an undersea stap. This straight up is. That's hilarious, actually. Option on lime... is that opinion on lime green pieces? I mean, it was the secondary color for both Atlantis and Power Miners, so... It's a pretty important... It's a pretty important color. To me, at least. Alright, let's build this giant killer scorpion. CE Remake has sprint, all modern weapons and stuff like that. Should have been my first experience. Yeah, maybe so. Like, heck, if it communicates the story well and has better, smoother gameplay, like, it might be awesome. But still, I think that it's just going to make a lot of people mad. I think it's kind of a lose-lose situation for Halo Studios, even if they do a great job with it. Just because, I don't know. I just... Don't poke Halo fans about CE or you will be eviscerated. There's this one dude I saw in the Halo subreddit, and he was kind of voicing opinions similar to mine. He was like, I just don't really like CE. Why do I have to like CE? And his post, I think it got like over 100 downvotes, and people were just blasting him in the comments like, you're not a true fan, get lost, go back to whatever hole you came from. It was like, golly, is this what the Halo community is? This is what we're all about? You don't like CE and you're just bullied out of existence? I mean, I even ran into some of that playing CE myself. It was like, why are you not liking CE? Be good at the game and have nostalgia. I don't have nostalgia for it. I get to see it through today's lens because that's when I play video games. I did not play it when it came out in 2001 because I was just being born. It's a little bit, time consuming being born. So I didn't have the time to stop being born to play CE. That's a little bit of a hard thing to postpone. Also, I don't think they made game systems back then that could fit inside the womb. Just saying. But yeah, I'm like, I don't have the nostalgia. I won't have the nostalgia. And therefore, I can kind of look at it from a slightly more objective opinion. Granted, my opinion is very skewed the wrong direction now after just having played the game, having not enjoyed it, and then also having run into so many like Halo fans who just want to berate you for not liking the game. So it's not as objective an opinion as it could be, but it is more objective than the nostalgia blinded ones, I suppose. Definitive version of CE already exists. It's a mod Ruby's Rebalance. Yes, but here's the thing. Not everybody wants to take the time to learn how to install mods, especially if it's a difficult mod install. And as far as I'm aware, Ruby's Rebalance is not a like plug and play thing. So you can say, oh, it's the definitive one, but like for the general public, which they're trying to get more people onto Halo, especially for like PS5 and whatever, most people aren't going to buy the system you need for the mod and then spend the time installing the mod unless they're a hardcore fan already, in which case you don't like, you can kind of do your own thing. So I don't know that's like a unfortunate thing in that regard. I don't know that's a great angle. Any series biggest haters are the fans. That's true. The Gamergate war made gatekeeping. Nah, gatekeeping was already that bad. And like I understand. See, here's the thing: is a lot of times, especially with nostalgic stuff, people lose the ability to be objective in any way, and then it makes conversations very difficult because it's like my feeling of nostalgia is the correct facts and yours is not. So therefore, there can be nothing correct. Like there's a lot of things I really like about Halo 4 and 5 just from the story. But a lot of people, they have too much nostalgia for the old games, and so they don't want to admit that 343 did anything right ever. Which that's just not a very genuine way to go about having a discussion of that matter. Does my slanted opinion still allow you to be hyped? By all means, be hyped. I'm not trying to tell people not to be hyped because I don't know, when's the release date for this? Did they give us a release date? Because like I will for sure get the game as soon as I possibly can, and I will stream it. I will, and I will try to enjoy it, despite my slanted opinion against CE. So I don't know. I just have a hard time getting the hype up because of how delayed. Because really, at the end of the day, I'm in it for a lot of the merch or like the figures. Really, like if Mega's not coming back, Blockies, like can Blockies pick it up? I don't know. I want some figures. I want to be able to take photos and stuff. And the game being announced means we're probably a couple years out from that. Or who knows? Maybe Blockies will pick up the license tomorrow. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Luke Snowball, welcome. Teacher is OG Call of Duty guy. Battlefield 6. That's funny. Other than 2026. Watch them drop it in like January or end of December. Can you imagine the hype that would create? It being available like when 2026 starts. Again, I will stream it as soon as I possibly can get it. I guess I need to get cracking. Well, no, I was going to say I need to get cracking on the other Halo campaigns then. But I'm like, if we're going back to CE for this remake, then it doesn't really matter if I completed the saga or not. Lego buildable Star Wars figures. Oh, yeah, the CCBS figures. Those were so goofy, but I liked some of them. Like the Scout Trooper looked really cool. Was it Cody? They did Commander Cody. Basically the Troopers. The Troopers looked cool. That was about it, though. The humans were creepy. At least Blockies does better faces. Just change your name in your profile picture. Can I... Is that... The profile picture is so small, I can't actually see it. The Shockwave is a very logical name, though. Alright. We are using a lot of orange here. I almost tried finishing ODST tonight, but I was like, you know what? I feel more like building Lego Atlantis at the moment. Also, it's going to be a very short stream finishing ODST because I only have 2 missions left. Although I guess I could play some Firefight once finishing. Because they have the ODST Firefight. Do Republic Customs figs come put together? Some of them come partially put together. Some of them you have to build more of. Most of them will come with their legs and torsos assembled, and then you have to put the arms and the hands and the head. Joining for the live stream campaign. Oh, if it's multiplayer like through online, yeah, let's do it. Talking about when they were essentially Bionicles for Star Wars characters. Yeah, they did. They even did. Oh wait, I need to not do that. They even did a couple DC figures and Marvel figures, although those were very short-lived and very weird. They did Captain America, Hulk, Iron Man, Batman, Joker, and is it Two-Face? I don't remember who the third DC one was. Also, look at that. That's very wicked looking. Unemployed guy with chips and drinking alcohol, but shock. Nice. That's wicked looking. Galvatron. One from the Marvel Comics run. Oh, that's the wrong one. Wait. No, that was the right one. Ah! I'm trying so hard. Did that crack it? It didn't crack it. Once I'm putting these joints together, I'm not taking them apart. I'm just not. There's no good reason to risk breaking those. Despite maybe needing to pack them up at some point. I don't know. To be honest, I don't actually know where I'm going to put most of these as I build them, because at the rate that I'm like building and reviewing stuff, I'm amassing stuff faster than I can like find places for it. But then I still have to make content, so you know, I'll find somewhere to put it. The quiet chat. It is quiet. What do I think of Borderlands? Love the soundtrack. The Michael McCann one. Was that Borderlands 3? Don't really know much about it, though. It has a very distinctive art style. Watch Go Beast Wars from 95 Transformers. I don't know. Oh, the OG. I have not watched Beast Wars. And to be honest, I am not a fan of the Beast Wars designs. I know in the Transformers space, that's almost as bad as like saying I don't like CE in the Halo space. But I don't know. I don't like it. I like the robots. I'm in it for the robots. And when the robots look like weird monkeys and stuff, I don't know. It's not my cup of tea design wise. I did hear that they were doing something with it, but I don't know much about it. Some dust on these pieces. Look at that. They double reinforced those claws. Man. That's intense. Also, that is some dust. Holy moly. I gotta say, the graphic designer for the Lego Atlantis stickers was absolutely, like, cracked at his job. They look so good. Like, to this day, Lego Atlantis stickers, I think, still hold up to Lego's, like, designs now. They're just that good. It's uncanny. Yeah, I don't know. Also, the old animation style. Again, it's the kind of thing that, like, if you grew up with it, you're going to have a different opinion of, like, the really weird animations. G.I. Joe X Transformers. Oh, yeah, I heard they were going to do that. I mean, if it's interesting, I might watch it. Who knows? If they take it seriously enough. That's the thing that I don't like the most when it comes to Transformers. And I think some of the shows just, they don't take the situation seriously enough. That's kind of how G1 was, and that's how, I mean, I know how that's how it started. It was a cartoon, Saturday morning cartoon or whatever, so they couldn't really take it seriously then, stakes wise. But now that the universe is a bit more, you know, established and the stakes are more established, when they just don't take it very seriously, I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to get into something if the stakes don't feel real. Oh, the Dragon Ball people did the G1 stuff. Interesting. Riley Scheller, welcome. Have I watched the Halo remake footage yet? No, because it came out while I was building sets. I will be watching it after the stream. as I said earlier, I'm having a hard time getting excited about it because, like, we're still going to have to probably wait a year or more for any proper, like, figures or whatever to come out. And that's what got me into Halo. So I'm not really in it just for the gameplay or whatever. I'm not a real fan, guys. I'm not a real Halo fan. The 86 movie was genocided. Yeah, they all died. In the most brutal ways possible. Of all the ways to try and usher in like a Generation 2, that was not the way to do it. Absolutely not. That's just, no, don't do that. That's not a good way to make your characters like, or your fans like the new characters, because they're going to resent them because their original favorites were killed off to bring these new ones in. Am I missing a piece? Oh, no, it's right in front of me. I have a bad feeling about the animated show. Adult show similar to Invincible. So it's going to be messy. Oh, yeah, if it's too much gore, I don't really appreciate that. If it's enough to, like, enhance the story and, like I said, make the stakes real, okay. It's interesting. Also, Invincible has pretty bad animation. Like, it's known for having bad animation. So hopefully they don't follow in that regard as well. Ah. 2 big claws. It almost just looks like a crab. Look at that. It just looks like a crab. Replacement for Hasbro's greed. Oh, no, that cracked it. Oh, this one did crack, too. Man, these old joints. Golly. What a mess they were. I remember they slowly deteriorated to bits as I made mechs and stuff. Ah, the good old days. The good old days of me sharpieing Lego clone troopers to make different legions. And no, I didn't even really make different legions. I just made them have markings. And taking apart every set a day or so after getting it to rebuild it into something new. I miss those days. It's a style. I mean, yes, it's a style, but also it genuinely is. They just didn't put all that much budget into the show. And then at that point, it was like, why change? Because I've seen some fan reanimated stuff, and Invincible could look really, really good with a little bit extra effort. But as far as I'm aware, it was one of Amazon's, like, they put the least amount of money into it in terms of, like, their return that they got. I don't know. I don't know that all that information exactly, but I do know that there was something about, like, they just didn't put that much money into it. Death sentence for your mech? Why? Because it broke? See, I don't know. I didn't run into the line breaking that often. And the Power Miners mechs held up. Actually, I still have one. Wait, where is it? Oh, it's in a box somewhere. It's not with my other Power Miner sets. I thought it was. Sad. It's the big top of his head. That's a wicked looking mouth. Okay, there's just no support back there? I guess not. That's weird. Brutal. Oh, the Bionicle. Well, like in bricks and stuff, it was a little different. In joints, Bionicle joints, whew, I didn't have to interact with it that much. Hero Factory really did save the CCBS system by upgrading it the way they did. This is the first time I've built this set. These other ones I built before, but this one I never got. So this is a new experience for me. You know, in some ways I'm kind of glad I never got all of the sets as a kid, because now I get to build some of them for the first time. 15 years later. I need to stop saying that. It makes me feel so old. Time goes by really fast, and it's really easy to like take for granted what you have, and then time flies on past and you look back and go, wow, that was actually really good. Who knew? Who knew building some Lego Atlantis could make you become existential? And then we have the little throat. Very nice. And then we tack this to the front here. Ah, you're a diver getting chomped by that. You're just dead. Wait, what? Oh, hold up. I think I put the wrong piece in here. I sure did. Ooh, that's creepy. This is a creepy build. Watch streams where we get build and see what you like and dislike. That is true. That is true. Especially in I feel like reviews and like build streams and stuff are getting more valuable in the day and age that we're in, where it's like everything's expensive. So you really got to make sure that you want the thing before, you know, actually spending money for it. Speaking of streams, once a package from AliExpress arrives, I'm going to be doing a ranking every Blocky's Defender Transformer live. And that's going to be fun because you guys will get to kind of chime in and get your voices in there and maybe even influence the ranking a little bit. I have to make sure that the tier list, because there is actually through the Blocky's fan Discord, somebody made a tier list thing. I need to see if the tier list is up to date. Also, am I out of orange studs? Really? Like, wait, did I actually run out of orange studs? I think I did. Okay. I guess. Do I have any on hand, easily accessible orange studs? Probably not. Wait, I might. Because I have a box full of studs. Are there any orange ones in here? There's a lot of there's one. There's a lot of translucent orange. Well, I got one. One is better than none. One is better than none. Oh, Galvatron on the top. It isn't up to date. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to maybe add some stuff to it or make my own. Gosh, I would have to shoot all my own photos, which I guess I could do. I could probably do that. Dang, you're almost done. Well, did you forget we have this fella to build still? Because I have the little ones that don't have the instructions, but we still got the HQ to put together. Hope Galvatron is on the top. What's my favorite Transformer? Magnus. Probably. Magnus, Optimus. Cliff Jumper's up there. What are you saying? Married? Yes, I am indeed married. Have been for a little over a year at this point. You know what I should do? Actually, I guess that's pretty visible. I'm trying to make sure I don't forget that there's a piece missing here. Okay. So now we're building the tail. Got all the rares from Defender 5 yet? That's the package I'm waiting for. That will have the super rares. Well, yeah, it'll have the super rares, shattered glass, Jetfire, and normal Galvatron. So that way I can do the ranking every defender and then also a video that's about every rare. That one will probably have a ranking just specifically for the rares. Gooberman, Andrew Watson, thank you guys. There's actually a video on the channel that shows a bit of the wedding. A friend of mine put it together. Alright, we got the spikes. Oh, golly. Some stiff joints. One, two. We'll add this to the stack. And then, yeah. Oh, I just realized the legs are going to be almost entirely built out of these connectors. That's hilarious, actually. Am I down one of the spikes as well? No, I'm not. It's all the way over here. Hooray. That just makes me wonder, did we lose some studs by them rolling away? I don't think so. But, you know, it's always worth checking. Okay. So we've got this, and then we're attaching the tail on. So we've got this. And then, oh, I see. I see now. Okay. Pop that on there. Now we can attach the tail. Oh, there's going to be a bit of a like stabby function. Pop that in. Interesting. It's still just, they don't tell me to bend it yet. Okay. That's fine. I'll listen to the instructions this time. Because I don't know how that little stabby feature is going to work. Dust it off. Oh, yes. You were the one that asked about it. So there's a couple ways that I could do dust it off for blockies. I mean, so I did the photography bit for the Mando blockies wave. But if I want to do more blockies photos just for products that have already come out, it would be a dusted off video. Actually, I am somewhat working on a dusted off video. I've kind of stalled that out because I've been so busy. But painting and customizing a Galaxy version figure to look like a Halo 3 Marine, that was something I started working on a while back. Meant it to be done a lot sooner. Ran into some trouble with making the head and kind of stopped. Doiblemont the Master Slayer. Welcome. That's quite the name. Gary Swartz, welcome. Nope, it goes here. Have I seen the CE remake trailer? No, not yet. I've been building. I have been building and I have not stopped to watch the CE trailer. I will watch it after I'm done building. I understand now why they made... Oh. Okay, he's missing the orange cones and the claws for the end of the feet. Well, again, I can't complain too much given that I got a heck of a deal on these. Put some music. Oh yes, Subnautica. We are listening to the Subnautica soundtrack because I figured we're building Lego Atlantis. Subnautica soundtrack would be appropriate. Oh yeah, so he's missing his little back legs, but oh, I see. So you do like this and like this. Well, wait, how is it supposed to stay up? That's my question. You have to bring it up higher to make it stay? Because it's got this stabby motion. But how do I make it just stand up? I don't know. Am I going to Transformer Convention in Chicago? No, I don't. See, here's the thing. My channel does not have the budget for me to travel to, like... Oh, there we go. Things like Transformer conventions and whatnot. Otherwise, I probably would have gone to HCS. I don't love the stabby. That's weird. But that is a terrifying giant monster of a build. That's great. You saw a short yesterday when I moved. I was moving Lego sets. So a lot of my Lego sets were still dismantled at that time. So it wasn't too hard. A lot of the other stuff I just put in like a box, just set in the box, and then transported it that way. So it wasn't horrible. Alright, so we've got that. So the final set for the day is the Ocean HQ. Let's see if we have all the pieces for this set. I lost my Mega Pelican's chin gun during that move, but luckily I found it again. Because I tried to get a replacement one and it was just... I couldn't find one anywhere. Nobody seemed to have any extras. I'm going to take all the empty Ziplocs and pop them into the big Ziploc. Alright, that's a lot of parts. I think I might need to park some of the builds off to this side. Oh, I just realized. This has a two-pronged tail, which means it can grab somebody in each claw and then stab them in the claw. That's brutal. Do not be caught by this thing. You will die. Okay, so we got, look at that. All the bubbles are packaged up so nicely. And then we've got all of our stickered parts. And then we have Dr. Fish. Would I do a Bruticus live stream for Blockies? Oh, you mean the way I did, Devastator? Yeah, I probably would. I'll do that and I'll do like a review. Is Ace in here? It actually doesn't matter if he is or not because I have like 4 aces in the extra stuff. But we have the Turtle Key. Look at that. That's the yellow one. This was one of the ones that, as a kid, I didn't get much of. This and the shark one. Those were like, oh, those are the rare ones. It does not look like there's a ace in here. But, like I said, that doesn't matter because I have this bag of extras that the guy included with it, which is the Brickmaster book parts and whatnot. And then there's just a whole heck of a lot of extra divers. So, ooh, boy, that's a bent harpoon gun. Excuse me. That is a bent harpoon gun. But here is an ace. He was my favorite. He was always my favorite. Might send a photo of your yard. You're in Blocky servers. 17 acres. That is a lot of space for photography. Alright, so we have a copy of Ace here just to represent that the fact that there was supposed to be an Ace in this set. And I have... Let's see. Oh, look. Here's another Ace. Ta-da! There's another one. Gary Swartz, thank you for stopping by. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Oh, yeah, there is something I should probably mention. There will not be a stream tomorrow because I am helping a friend of mine move. And that's probably going to take most of the morning when I would usually stream. So, that is why I'm doing it this evening. Alright, we have our Manta Man, and he's got a trident. So we've got 2 Manta Men out and about now. Alright, let's get this base put together. See, the Neptune carrier was the base that my brother and I had for our collection. The home sub. Well, that's a cool piece. I do not want to damage the instructions. I am curious to see how complete this set is. Already, I'm not seeing the spears. Because there's supposed to be spears on this undersea scooter. A couple months ago. It's kind of crazy to me that there are people finding my channel like it's still a regular thing. I don't know. It's very strange to me just doing videos for a larger audience in general because I did not quite expect to have it go this far. Also, am I already missing a piece? I guess I will ignore that for now and start building the base. We'll do the scooter later if I can find the pieces for it. Okay. We'll do this. We're building a Technic type of framework for the bottom section. It was a little funny. The guy was like, "Yeah, they're all complete." And I'm like, "Huh? You definitely missed a few things in your packing." But again, it was such a good deal. I can't really complain to him too much. Whoa. And to be fair, it had been years since he packed them up, so who knows? He probably just forgot things here and there. Okay. I'm gonna do another big long piece. Not a job. Yeah, I mean I do get paid because it's like ad revenue and whatnot, and I would love this to be like a full job eventually, but I do have a normal job, a normal day job, and I could easily stop doing YouTube and it not really impact me too badly financially. But yeah, I just like doing this stuff. Like most of these things I'd be collecting it anyway, so I'm like, why not talk about it? Why not put some info out there about it? You know, help other people make their decisions. Help other people just have fun with it. Because I have a camera. I know how to do it. So why not? Am I blind? I need... Oh, there's some seats. We'll put the seats over there. There's a bunch of seats. I need a red 2x2. I might have to grab my bin of extra parts if we start running into missing pieces so much this early on. Yeah, because I do not see... It says 2. I don't see it. Let me do one more once over, just to make sure. Because I might be blind. Flames, welcome! No, I have yet to see the new Halo game, because I've been building Atlantis. I will be watching the trailer as soon as I finish up this. Although that's proving to be... Oh, wait, never mind. I'm blind. I'm blind. It's okay. We'll get there eventually. It looks awesome. That's what I've heard. Again, I'm reserving judgment. And I'm also not getting as excited because it's probably going to be a while before we get any figures based on it. But hey, some Mega CE remake stuff would be pretty cool. I'm realizing, you know, I should probably like make a spot to land this and build where it can be seen. There we go. Okay. Because I'm going to have to start building some of this flat on the ground. There we go. So then we flip this over. Oh boy. I have a bad feeling here because it shows 2 more. No, never mind. Never mind. Never mind. I thought there was going to be 2 more of these and I was like, I only saw 2. Lego DC versus Lego Marvel. I don't know. Lego Marvel's been terrible lately. If you're talking about sets. Man, so many reused minifigures, so many overpriced sets, and not really anything that great. DC, come next year, Lego is going to be cooking because they've got all those like Speed Champion size Batmobiles. Those look great, and I'm for sure picking up the Batman version. I was quite pleased with that when I saw the reveal. Okay. Okay, is that correct? Yeah. Oh yeah, and then there's also the, I don't know, Lego Speed Champions that were that size of cars. Lego does good with it. They're good price. There's the new DeLoreans coming out. These are the Batmobiles. I don't know if the Batmobiles count as Speed Champions. The bad Iron Man redesign? Okay, I don't understand. What is Lego's obsession with redesigning things and making them worse? Like the Stormtrooper helmets, they had reached a peak with the Stormtrooper helmets. They looked so good. And then they redesigned the Scout Trooper helmet. And that was beautiful. They absolutely nailed it. And then they redesigned the Stormtrooper helmet and for some reason felt the urge to like oversize the heck out of it. Despite easily, like so easily, making the Scout Trooper helmet actually slimmer while being dual molded. I genuinely don't understand. They hit the upgrade button too many times and messed it all up. Because it was... Yeah, and then the Iron Man one is like, oh, let's go from being like actual molded detail to just a flat face where we print everything onto. What? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Also, that's an old metal detector piece. What? The stud on it. That's like an original. Also, I am once again not seeing the pieces that I need. Oh, here's the little throttle. The car made of Lego. I know they did one. Was it like a Lambo? Ooh, that's some terrible clutch power. Holy moly. Although that's common with those pieces. There's gonna be like a crane arm here. And I'm not seeing the parts for it. Oh, they've got the map. Look at that. That's sick. Oh, yeah, wait. That's just straight up missing. There's a lot missing here. Do we have that map? I don't think we have the map. I'm going to have to be getting some replacement parts. Okay, so I'm going to ignore... I actually might have the parts to build that arm, but just not with me right now. So I'm going to ignore that, because I know that's not something that I've got. I think the little sub, it might just be fully missing. But we'll get as far as we can. Oh yeah, actually, because I thought that was from the sub, but I think it's just, yeah, the sub is missing. G2 Bionicle wasn't so bad. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't a huge Bionicle fan ever. I was more into Hero Factory, but I did think a lot of the G2 designs were pretty cool. Like, there were some cool parts and stuff. I need one more. There it is. Oh my gosh, there's so many of these red cylinders. So we put 3 on each. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, and 3. All right. Ooh, wait, are these here? Yes, these pieces are here. I love these pieces. These are cool. You could cut them to size if you wanted to. Yeah, these tubes, these are great. They added so much to a build. And every time they came in a set, I always thought it was like, oh my gosh, this is a special set because it comes with these. Did I miss some pieces? I did. I, in fact, did. There was supposed to be 1x2s here, and one to match on the other side. Where is the one to match? Am I blind again? I should have organized this parts-wise before I started. There it is. Alright. So that one goes there. I have to grab this one. They definitely were a little hard to get the... Oh, this one's already got in there. But they're a little hard to get all the way plugged in. But once you do, they look awesome. Put that there. Oh yeah, and then we build the arm that the parts aren't here. So I guess we ignore that and instead move on to these weird struts. Again, this is one I never got, so this is not... I've never experienced this build before either. Although I always thought it was pretty awesome as a kid looking at it, because I'm like, oh wait, it goes from being a base to being a submarine? What? It was pretty cool. Pretty cool to see. But I only ever saw it in like the magazines and stuff, and in... Did I see it in the store? I don't know if I ever did, to be honest. Just in the magazines and whatnot. I just need one more. Where is it? There it is. Eating chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream. That sounds good, except for the fact that it sounds cold. And where I live, it's actually quite chilly at the moment. So I don't know if I would personally want to eat ice cream. But if you can not freeze while you're eating it, it's pretty nice. Interesting. So I guess that's where we're going to land the thing. And then I also love these pieces. These are some of my favorite pieces. Plug that there. This has, so far, some decently impressive size. Ah, yes! One of the other greatest pieces of all time. The grating platform. Feel here, but the wood stove's hot. Oh, you have a wood stove? I'm jealous. Wood stoves are great. Alright, I think that's... Oh, okay. We are done. Wait, hold on a moment. Oh, the map is here. Okay, that's nice. Probably should have checked these bags before deeming some of the parts as lost. But certainly we are missing some. Oh, yeah. Look at that. The mech. That's one that I still will try to hunt down someday. Because that's a transforming mech to rover. Wait a minute, what? The Squid Seeker. No, no, Lego. Here, look at this. That's not what that was called. Squid Seeker, my foot. That's hilarious, actually. I don't remember... Whoa, I don't remember looking at that site all that much. Although I do remember, like, the galleries and stuff. There was a lot of fun stuff to do on the Lego website. Now there's not so much. Okay. Now I think we're starting on the sub. But yeah, Squid Seeker. That's funny. I take, I scoff at that a little extra because the Wreck Raider was my favorite set. It was my favorite vehicle and it was my favorite set. So seeing them call it the Squid Seeker. Maybe that was either its original name or somebody was just like, we need a mock-up for this page. Squid Seeker, is that cool? Okay, cool. Publish. It's just funny to me. Need one of the spinny ones. Although this black one's loose enough to almost sub for one of the spinny ones. Do I have one? Yes, it's here. Blockies has extra pieces. Yeah, they do sometimes. The new Mandalorian figures actually came with quite a few. I was a little surprised. But yeah, they do include some extras sometimes. Lego Battles is good and bad guy campaigns for the castle theme. Yo, that means you can play as the skeletons if you want to. That's actually pretty funny. I feel like Lego could benefit from doing a game like that again. Alright. So we got this. Flip that around. Put this here, here. Cool. So I realize I keep bumping my camera so you can see the edge of the studio. But, you know what? Whatever. This is not a review. It doesn't have to be as seamless. Do that. Oh, wait. Does this mean I need another... Oh, no, never mind. Because it's going to hinge together. Yeah, okay. I understand now. Didn't mean to drop that, but that was fine. It worked out. I've actually been building like almost non-stop today because I was building the next Lumibrix Cyberpunk set to do a review of that. And this morning I was working on that big Ninjago Tournament Temple set. That was more for fun. And now I'm building these sets. So I've been building and building and building today. Lots of building. Light gray. What was this set? This was like a $60 or $70 set back when it came out. Maybe 80. Back in the day, for me, that was like, oh my gosh. That's the equivalent of a couple $100 now, but that's also when I was a child and did not have a job. Alright, so we've got this. And we'll set that aside because we're building something new now. 99 minutes. Nexonites was $11. $11? What part of Nexonites was $11? Nexonites was interesting. It kind of lacked some of the imagination of just normal castle for me. There. I almost wish I could hear the Subnautica music playing. I was listening to it earlier today. Such a good soundtrack. It's such a shame they didn't bring Simon, I don't know how to say his last name properly, Chylinski. He was so good at what he did. But they didn't want to bring him back because he wasn't politically aligned with their values. Which is a shame. It's a shame that they chose to act like that, not a shame that he had his own values. Like, honestly, good on him for not buckling under what they were telling him to do. Like, for the mech. Interesting. Yeah, that seems like clearance. Also, this brick is split. This is what happens when you have a brick for 15 years. Certain Lego parts don't last as well as others. Finding Lego on clearance was like the pinnacle of Lego collecting when I was younger. Because I got actually the Gateway of the Squid. We got that for 15 bucks back when I was younger, and it was originally, I don't know, I think $60? No, I don't know. It was expensive. It was more expensive than my small self could afford. But then it was like, oh my gosh, it's on sale for this cheap price. And I convinced my mom to buy it. And she was like, okay, I'll buy it for you. But you're going to have to earn the money later by working. And you can't open it and build it until you work off the debt for it. Which, looking back, I'm actually glad that she did that, because now I know how to properly handle a credit card. Okay, I'm going to assume a lot of this assembly was just missing because I don't have enough throttles to use either. Politics ruin things. Yeah. It's like, yeah, you can't put aside your differences long enough just to make a game about diving. Okay. But, you know, that's what happens, because it's like, oh, they probably would have had people raging at them for, how dare you employ somebody with this idea, and yeah, it's a never-ending cycle. It's a never-ending cycle of destruction. Ooh, that's cool. Again, these Atlantis stickers, the graphic designer, so good. Amazing. Also, yes, we have the map. It's such a blurry little map. That's funny. Not, look under the shelves to find rare things people hide. Oh, yeah. That was always hilarious to me when people did that. It's like, bruh, do you think I'm not going to check here? Like, of course I'm going to check here. Why would I not check here? This is where you put things. Oh, there was one time. This I still am a little sad about to this day. But my local Walmart, it was years after Space Police was discontinued, but my local Walmart, they dug the Galactic Enforcer out of the back somewhere. The big ship, like the flagship set. And it was not cheap. It was still like 60 or 70 bucks, and I did not have the money for it at the time. Which, that's the sad part, because there was this Space Police set just sitting there. It sat on the shelf for a couple weeks, too. And I was hoping and hoping and hoping that it would go down in price, because it's an old set. It was like a 4-year-old set by that point. Something like that. But no, it didn't go on sale, and somebody eventually bought it. But it was sad. Scratch MVH, thank you for stopping by. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend. I love the little keyboard print. That's really funny. Oh, they're looking at a fish. Oh, that's why the fish is here. This is probably Dr. Fish's research station, to be honest. Who else would have a fish at their research station other than fish? Also, what is this? Is this ketchup? Ketchup dispensers? I will study this fish with my ketchup dispensers nearby. I'm definitely not going to be eating the fish. Alright, and then we put this here. And my bet is we will probably be putting... We will be probably putting some chairs in there soon. Also, man, these radar consoles really give me some nostalgia. This one came in a Star Wars set, the like Hoth Battle Pack. I loved that set. I think I got it in a couple other sets too, but yeah, that was like the thing. You finished your first master grade 2 days ago. Nice. Which one did you go with? I know they're not really releasing master grades that much anymore, so it's more older ones. Where's this clip? No? Did we just not have that clip? Okay, I guess I will pretend that doesn't exist then. Cool. Charles Zagok, nice. You dislike recent videos where they use God's name for likes? I'm confused. What do you mean? Or I guess whose videos are you talking about? Because I don't know if I've seen this particular phenomenon. Trying to invoke God's name for likes. That's a little... That's not a little questionable. That's very questionable. Monster Jam, welcome. Yeah, I don't know where that clip was supposed to go, but... Or what that clip was supposed to do. What Lego City is this? This is Lego Atlantis, not Lego City. This is the Underwater Ocean HQ. Ta-da. Just AI videos. Oh, well. The AI videos in general are just utter garbage slop. Some people think that they're being great and creative by generating random trash. And yeah, I don't like it. And yeah, they're like, there's a lot of people generating stuff of like Jesus doing this or that or I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Nah. I don't like the use of AI. It's making people even more lazy than they already are. We don't really need that. You have that? Nice. Love God, you would want you to like this video. That, yeah, that's just no. No. That is wrong. I agree. Oh, look, the clip is here. That's nice. But yeah, no, that's... If somebody's telling you to like the video because that's what God would want you to do, thumbs down that video, because that is... That's just not... That's not good. Also, I think I'm missing a black... No, I'm not. It's right in front of my face. Okay. And then... I'll push this over here so I can actually... Where's the last one? Okay, here. Do I have any more of those dispenser pieces? Because it shows... Yes, here's one. Blasphemy, that's what it is. I don't know if I would say it's straight blasphemy. Oh, there is the other one of these. It's certainly using the Lord's name in vain. I would say that. And that's explicitly said, don't do that. Yeah, it's just not good. It's one of those things that's like, yeah, you don't have to look real far to find it. God has said, no, don't do stuff like that. Like, just don't. But people have been trying to use the Lord's name for their personal gain for a long time. And it never turns out well for those people. And yet, people still try it. They still try it. Okay, so we've got this, and we're going to attach it here and there. Oh, okay. We're getting technic savvy here. Why are these in there like that? That's not at all where they're supposed to go. I was gonna be like, oh look, he already put some pieces in there for me. No, that's not where those are supposed to go. Also, I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to have... No, never mind. Never mind. That is correct. Okay, there we go. But yeah, I mean, people who do stuff like that, they will eventually reap the rewards of such things, which is sad because I would prefer they like realize that. And some people will, and some people won't. Oh no. No, I put this one in the wrong spot. Look at that, it worked. Trying to make sure I'm still in focus. It's a little hard to tell sometimes when there's so many things. It's messed up. God wants you to leave a like on a video if you love it. Yeah, I don't. No, God's not gonna be like, yes, you must leave a like on this video. Like, come on. You really think that God is that small that all he really wants for you to do is leave a like on the video? It's goofy. It's goofy. That's what that is. Oh, that's... The metal detector goes there. Okay, we can hinge that back together. Also, I do think that all the, like, people using scripture to AI generate, like, the visuals for it, I think that's goofy, too. Because, I don't know. I just don't like generative AI anyways. Both for the laziness that it perpetrates and for how people just misunderstand the heck out of it. It's worse if you believe it too. Well, then I have to question, like, if you believe that, oh, this person saying God wants me to like the video, that's true. Then I have to question the knowledge you actually have on God. Like, you should be trying to learn as much about his character as you can so that you know when people tell you things that are incorrect about him. And because there are a lot of people that want to say incorrect things about him. And if you don't have the knowledge, then yeah, you will get duped by people saying, like the video because God wants you to. Yeah, it's partially up to the person watching to know enough to go, that doesn't seem right. And then it's also up to the person up to the person saying that to just not say that. Also, okay, I was going to say, I just saw this piece. Watch that kind of content are 5 years old and older people. True, that is also the type of person that gets, they get all teary-eyed about those weird, like, monkey in the rain photos that are AI generated on Facebook. Golly, I hate those. or the it's my birthday, nobody will like this post. Ugh, I hate it. I absolutely hate it. They're always so horrible. Like, it's old person. It's like, I am 100 years old today and nobody will like my post. It's like, no, your face is not even human. Look, your feet are turning into the floor. What? But people don't know what to look for. And it gets them. Also, am I missing? Nope. It's always over here. The sloped vents. Yes. I love me some sloped vents. Sad. The monkeys in the rain. The sodden little AI monkey that has like 3 arms for some reason. Such a sad thing. Oh, wait, is this... Oh, I see. Okay, I'm understanding how this is going to work. Basically, the moral of the story is exercise your brain so that you know how to think for yourself and you don't have to just swallow everything that's thrown your way. Because so many people want to cram slop down your gullet and hope that you will just, yummy slop. I love slop. And then just keep consuming it. My uncle believed we have super jets from space because of AI. Oh, whew. I am sorry for your uncle. That's unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. It's only going to get worse, though. That's the thing. With the Sora AI and whatever, they're getting more and more realistic. Hold on, that's got a sticker on it. So does that. I've noticed people using it in toy photography too. They're like, take a picture of a figure and then be like, have this figure in this environment with this many of them. Like, I saw this one guy and he did that with like stormtroopers. And the ones in the back were just like there, and then there was like lasers shooting from the walls randomly, and I was like, why is there so much AI? And his response was just weird laughing. I don't really understand. Also, what else I don't understand is, why are there stickers on the side of that? Did he just add stickers there for no reason? Yeah, wait, those are not even... Oh, wait, hang on. Maybe they are. Maybe they are. Yes, they are. Okay. Okay, I understand now. So because this is a little sandwich, this is going to go on the inside. Do I like RTS games? I've never really played RTS games, but Lego Battles does sound interesting. That's something I would try sometime. Mars mission, Pirates and Castle. That does sound pretty sick. I can't even stand tracing my own art. How people can use it, honestly, for ideas. I mean, so I find it very useful when it comes to things like cutting things out in Photoshop. Thanks to what we call AI, which is really just advanced algorithms that got more advanced, you can now much more easily cut things out. So like on the Ghosts of Onyx stream that I did, the way that I cut the characters out of the white background was a lot faster because the AI behind it is a lot more advanced, which is great. Makes it way quicker to actually get to the real work part, the creative work, instead of just the grunt work of cutting it out. That to me is fantastic. Even some like AI upscaling, very helpful. Very, very helpful. But yeah, just if you can't, I don't know, here's my thing. If you got a picture in mind or a video in mind, that's a little yellowed. Picture in mind, a video in mind, and you cannot figure out how to create it without using AI, just don't create it. It's clearly not that important. If it's so important that you want to make this thing, then learn the skills to make it. But if it's not that important, just don't bother. But without AI, who's going to tell me they love me? Oh boy, that's another side of AI that's... Ooh. Yes, the AI dating people. Whew. That's a whole separate topic. So I may need to de-yellow some of these sloped pieces. I don't want to sneeze. Because if I start sneezing, then I might never stop. These are pretty quintessential Lego bricks. Because you can get them in Duplo form and small Lego form. You know, buying used Lego is always a bit of a risk. But there is always something fun about it too. Where's the AI Bigfoot? AI Bigfoot. Bigfoot sighting videos are going to be way more common now. Yo, we get to put the bubble on. Look at this. Let me put this back here. So we put this here. I used to have one of these pieces, and I think I gave it to my younger brother. Ah! Okay. It's not aligned, but it's also not coming off. Haha! And then we get to do these. I think these are great. Wait, why are we using the spinny pieces for that? What? So do we have more blades? No, we just have more prop sections. Okay. Okay. Have I ever seen the Alien movies? No, I haven't. That's kind of a genre of film that I'm not super interested in. It's like, it veers towards horror somewhat. But I've seen like bits and pieces. I know a bit about it. And I watched the Cinema Sins for, what is it called? Prometheus. Which was supposed to be an Alien spin-off or something. I don't know, it looked like a pretty dumb movie. It was funny, just kind of laughing at it. Show me some new species because of AI. Dogbirds, what? Huh? What? Okay, what you need to show your dad is a Corridor Crew AI, like, debunking AI videos. VFX artists react to AI videos or whatever. Because those guys know what they're talking about. And they know exactly how to show if something is AI or not AI. So I think these probably were supposed to be black at some point. But we have gray, but that's fine. Would I ever play Last of Us? Probably not, because I think it's a bit more of a graphic type game than I usually play. It's certainly not something I would play on stream. Maybe it's something I would eventually play on my own, but I don't know. It's not really on my list. Also, I guess no, that is supposed to be. It is gray. All right, interesting choice. How's the build going? We are getting there. The submarine is taking shape. Only a few missing pieces so far. Only a few. It's the prequel to the Alien movies. Yeah, I heard that, and yeah, I also heard that they really screwed up a lot. Okay. This stuff, like framework like this, always ends up looking awesome, but I typically do not enjoy the building of this, like, framework stuff. It's always so fiddly to get right. What do I think about Tron Ares? I actually haven't been able to see it yet. I've heard a lot of people being like, oh, it was horrible. I started listening to the soundtrack. The soundtrack definitely lacks a little bit of the charm that Daft Punk's version did, but I'm not knocking it entirely. But yeah, I still need to go and see Ares. I will say I'm not a huge Jared Leto fan, and I wasn't super happy to see him in the cast, but it is what it is. All right. At 250 XP now. I don't fully understand the XP system other than to just show who's been chatting the most, I guess. I don't really know. Because it doesn't really let you, like, unlock anything. I'm pretty sure I can do... I think members get the little thing next to it. Timothy... Marty Supreme with Timothy Chalamet in December. What is that? I've not heard of that. Spear gun turrets. These salvage crew guys are not messing around. Am I going to be playing the CE remake? Yes, I 100% will play the CE remake, and I will probably... No, I will definitely play it live. All the way through. So as soon as I find out when I can get it, I will start prepping for that stream. Where's the members? Well, when members pop in, you'll see a little thing next to their name. Sometimes we'll see members pop in, but I haven't actually seen any of the members pop into a stream in a bit. I know a lot of the members are like Halo Mega people, so they pop in when there's like Halo Mega related stuff. This is going to be one of the little side window bits. Oh, interesting. They're using these hinge brick pieces just as, like, greebling detail. Do you remember Timothée Chalamet? Yeah, I remember. I know Timothée Chalamet. He's playing a professional tennis player. Okay, that's interesting, but all right. You'd be a member if you had the cash. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. See, Halo CE remake drops. Mattel releases Halo CE remake sets. If they're smart, they'll release it before the game, to be honest. Also, these bubbles are in pretty nice condition. Julian Skinner, you just subscribed. Well, welcome aboard. I appreciate the support. Oh, brother, they did that. They did the thing. This, I always dreaded this as a child. You know, you build everything, you go multiple pages, and then Lego just says 2x. Bruh, tell me the 2x before I finish building it. That always triggered me as a younger builder. Where you live, it's hard as heck to get a job. Dude, it's hard to get a job, I feel like, in a lot of places. Like, it's... A lot of companies are, like, perpetually hiring, but they don't actually seriously want to hire right away. They just kind of want you to hang around until they feel the need to have you on. I don't know. It's annoying. Like, I hate Indeed, the job hiring site. They're not helpful. Half those job listings on there are either ignored or bot stuff. It was bad. I tried getting a job by using Indeed, and it did not go well. Halo 5, they release the sets before they release the games. Yeah, that I think that would be the smarter thing. People would be buying it out of the hype coming up to the game. You know, almost all the Atlantis sets back in the day. Those were the days. They were so much fun. I didn't have all of them, but I probably had, between my brother and I, we probably had a good half. So I think a red vent is missing. So I guess I just won't put it on for the moment. You're 17 miles from a town. That's fair. One of my first jobs, I had to drive like 30 or 40 minutes to get to it. So I understand the feeling. There is another propeller. Oh, the vent's here too. Okay. What game genres? Honestly, primarily, I like, you know, the first-person / third-person shooters, and then, like, adventure-type games, like Minecraft. Minecraft is, like, my all-time favorite game ever. And then stuff like Breath of the Wild. I really liked Breath of the Wild. That was so much fun. They reuse models for Infinite, which you're okay with. I mean, it makes sense if you can, if they're proper, then roll with it. And then just go back to Lego. See, I collect both, and I honestly feel like I can appreciate Lego's style more having Mega, and I can appreciate Mega's realism more having Lego, if that makes sense. Also, that's sick. That's a great way to do that. Yoink. What's my favorite Republic Customs figure? Ooh. Honestly, probably their plain AP1 Trooper, the Clone Wars style plain Trooper, because I have a lot of Red Mill Customs figures now, and they rock. But if you just want to army build some nice Clone Wars style troops, Republic Customs is the way to go. And then pair it with a Cape Cantina, Hawkbat Battalion cloak, and you have yourself a great figure. Do I like Mass Effect? I've never played Mass Effect. I don't really plan on playing Mass Effect, but I do really like the soundtrack. I own a couple of the soundtracks. It's funny, I'm probably one of the few people that actually looks fondly on Mass Effect Andromeda, purely because the soundtrack is actually really good. I really like the soundtrack. But I know a lot of people really didn't like that game. Sandbox games. but a bad Zelda game. I know a lot of people didn't like the dungeons and stuff. And again, you start getting into the arguments of like, what is a Zelda game? And same way as like, oh, what is a Halo game? What makes Halo a Halo game? And a lot of people have their opinions. I don't know. I thought it was a pretty good, like, it was not a linear Zelda game, but it sure had the feel, at least the way that I've experienced Zelda, it had the feel of a Zelda game. They do back in the day. This kid's simple. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's why I go back and buy some of the older ones. And again, some of the newer ones are great, like Rivendell. Love Rivendell. I got the Rivendell set. But yeah, it's definitely different. There are different reasons to like them. And there are also now different reasons to dislike them. Disliking Mega for different reasons, disliking Lego for different reasons. Okay, so we're making a little thing here. But I have Transformer crayons. I never got the crayons. I was a Lego purist when I was younger. I was one of the like insufferable ones that would like, you have off-brand Lego. The kind that would throw it out if it got into my Lego collection. Obviously, I'm not that way anymore. But I know the thinking of a Lego purist pretty well because I was one. So I never got any of the crayons. Although there was one time that I saw some of the Transformers Creo stuff in the store and I went, that actually looks kind of cool. But it's not Lego, so I'm not getting it. Did that for Mega as well. I saw some Halo Heroes and I was like, those look kind of cool. But it's not Lego, so I'm not getting it. I kick myself for that to this day. The Halo game, then Reach have buildable maps. Oh, you mean Forge? Yeah, well, don't all the Halo games have Forge? Appreciate Solid Brick Studios. Solid Brick Studios does some awesome work. I also tend to like his reviews because he's a fairly level-headed reviewer. He's not as insufferable as somebody like M&R, and he's also not just a Lego, kind of a Lego suck-up like some people are. Although nobody can beat Jang. Jang is just the best when it comes to reviews. 8077. That's what this set is. Submarine is looking good. Yes, the fact that it's a base too. I'm very curious to see how that actually ends up functioning. I am sad that the little undersea scooter is just straight up gone though. Oh, that folds too? Okay. Okay, Lego. I see. I see now. Last Halo played was 3 crayons. Planning to get crayon. I actually have a couple, but they still don't impress me all that much because their detail is like, it's okay. And then the articulation is like, I don't quite understand why they chose to do what they did because it's not quite super useful articulation, but it's also not horrible articulation. I don't know, it's a little weird. I meant to do some videos on it because I had somebody send me some, but they were like super dismantled and I couldn't quite tell if all the parts were there, so it was a bit difficult to actually sort through it. And then I moved, then I got married, and let me tell you, doing those two things in a short frame of time, that is one way to lose track of many projects. Oh, okay. I see. Golly, I hate trying to put multiple Technic pegs together at once. It's so hard. And we do this again to the other side. Remaining sets from 2020 to 2024. Oh, you mean Halo Mega? He did do a few. Learn to move outwards unlike Lego. Yes. Here's my thing, though. They were so thin that the execution is a little questionable because they got more articulation, but they also got way more fragile. And that's not a good trade-off. There we go. Oh, the missile launchers can point out the back. Also, they did some weird stuff, like the like cowboy. Was it like Cowboy Megatron or something that they did at one point? Like, props to them for taking the Transformers toy line to something different. Okay, hang on. I have 2 extra red little cylinders. Why? Why do I have 2 extra red cylinders? What did I forget? Where did I forget them from? Oh, hold up. Oh! How did I do that? It's supposed to be here. Of all the places, that is probably the worst. Because now it's attached together with Technic stuff. Blockies is what Creo could have been. Yeah, you know, I think I agree with that. I think that's a fair assessment. Especially the Defenders. Like, I feel like the Defenders especially kind of embody, like, Creo at full potential. Okay. Whoa. There's so many moving parts. Come on now. Cool. All right, so now you have this, and so we fold that down. That's folded down. Boom. That is the completed sub. That's a pretty cool little sub. We have the harpoon turrets here. There's like oxygen tanks. We have these missiles that you could rotate around to the front if you want, but they're kind of multi-directional. These actually on the back move back and forth. You can kind of angle them a little bit. It's pretty cool. It's very blocky on the bottom. Also, there's a gap there. You just kind of have to pretend this gap doesn't exist. Make it look like a phantom. Yeah, it does actually have a vaguely phantom shape. Especially because, look. There we go. The troops can come out. It's the underwater phantom. But yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But now let's do the feature. Despite it missing the thing, we will still land it. So then we do this. These parts, do these rotate up? Do they? Hang on, let me look. No, they don't really rotate, but what we do is we split it like this. And then this is what these little ballies are for. Like that, and then this raises up, and then these lights flip forward, like so. And now, it is a base. That's pretty cool. There's actually like, so obviously you would pretend that like this is fully enclosed or whatever. But yeah, down here, it's supposed to be a crane. Where like this would be the airlock where you lift the little thingy out of the water. And then you've got like a workspace up here. How you get up there, who knows? You know, that's not important as a child. You know, boink, he goes up here. Problem solved. Also, you could like look through here. That's pretty sick. That is pretty sick. They're bringing the Simpsons to Fortnite. Why? Who asked for that? All right. And that is our builds for the day. Like I said, I have some smaller ones to build, but I don't have the instructions. So we definitely had a few missing pieces here and there. But all things considered, for sets that have been packed up for like 15 years, that's not really bad. Channels while you're in the Blockies Discord. Nice. Yeah, the Discord grew quite a bit, actually. And they're only... The Blocky stuff seems to be only getting better from here. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and end off here so I can go and watch that CE Remake trailer. It was pretty fun building these. I like Atlantis still, even though a lot of it doesn't make sense. One of these days, I will track this set down. And I also will get that again. One day. That's still, to me, such an awesome set. But yeah, there we have it. I would say in a lot of ways, Atlantis still does hold up. It's still just so cool. And these monsters are still absolutely frightening. There we go. There we go. That'll stay. All right. Yeah, I'll go ahead and pray us out, and we will head off. So, Lord, thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for bringing this lot along and even allowing me to build this in the first place. Thank you for the ability to kind of just look back and remember what it was like being a child, what the wonder that these things brought. I ask that you just bless everybody who joined, give them all safe and enjoyable weekends, and let us come back for another stream next weekend. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. Well, thank you guys for sticking around. This stream actually ended up being a lot longer than I was expecting, but I think it was worth it. So I hope you guys all have a great weekend. And like I said, no stream tomorrow because I'm helping a friend move. And we will be back next weekend, maybe finishing ODST, maybe building some Exoforce. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But yes, we should have one maybe next Friday, but definitely next Saturday. Well, I say definitely. We'll see. There will be streams next weekend. So yeah, I hope to see you guys there. Have a great rest